I'm Angie Callahan. Welcome to School Talk Monthly. In this program, you'll hear about the Literacy Partnership's upcoming Scrabble for Literacy event. Visit the STEM Video Game Challenge training and find out who our Schools of the Month are. We start with a birthday. On March 2nd, as schools across Hampton Roads celebrate Dr. Seuss's birthday with Read Across America events, WHRO will be celebrating too. We are bringing a special Cat-A-Thon to you that day and throughout the weekend on both WHRO 15.1 and WHRO Kids 15.3.
Now it's time for the Cat in the Hat knows a lot about that.
Hi, kids. Don't you just love the rain? Fish love water. Hey, the sun's out. That makes me think of a very colorful question. Sometimes after it rains, something colorful appears in the sky. Do you know what it is? Ooh, a rainbow. That's right. You got it this time, but next time I'll stump you for sure. Ah, what a nice day.
This special Cat-A-Thon includes two premiering Cat in the Hat Knows a Lot About That shows. The shows in the Cat-A-Thon are Seasons, When I Grow Up, Doing It Differently, Hooray for Hair, Ice is Nice, Chasing Rainbows, and Follow the Prince.
Okay, fellas, on my signal, ready, set.
Wow!
It's like playing tug of war, but backwards. Go Magnus, go Magnus, go Magnus, go, go, go Magnus, go Magnus, go Magnus, go. Go Magnus, go Magnus, go Magnus, go, go, go Magnus, go Magnus, go Magnus, go.
Well, I believe I just won.
Hooray!
Good job, Magnus!
Okay, you win. Back up. Whoa, let me go!
I'm trying.
Uh-oh.
I'm no expert, but I think your antlers are tangled up.
How do we get them apart?
To get them unstuck, we need the right move. Thing 1 and Thing 2 can teach them to groove.
What are we supposed to do?
Do what the things do. Wiggle and waggle till you jiggle apart.
Left foot, right foot,
Wiggle, wiggle, nod, nod.
left foot,
Right foot, wiggle, wiggle, nod, nod.
Left foot, right foot, ho! Wiggle, wiggle, nod, nod. Left foot, right foot, wiggle, wiggle, nod, nod. Hey, it worked!
Nice work, things.
Your students will also be able to vote for their favorite cat character on our website, WHRO.org, and be entered into a drawing for some very special Cat in the Hat goodies. Be watching for the banner on the website and enjoy the Cat-A-Thon. Now let's take a look at the live field trip coming in March from Colonial Williamsburg.
We have much to do, Diana. There is much to prepare for tomorrow night's ball.
This is her chamber, and I'm to sleep on her trundle like a child.
This is my goddaughter, Diana. Good day, Miss Diana. She is to help you to prepare the meal. A tavern is nothing more than an overgrown household, Diana. There are floors to scrub, linens to wash, and meals to serve.
I heard Father say you owned over 20 slaves. I thought they would do all the work.
I own 18 slaves, Diana, and they do work, believe me.
I thought it would be different.
For you alone must decide if you wish to stay, knowing that if you do stay, things will continue in much the same way as they have today.
Remember the Ladies airs live Thursday, March 15th at 10 a.m. and again at 1 p.m. For more information on this live electronic field trip, go to history.org/trips. On Wednesday, March 21st at 1 p.m., Flight School returns to explore how scientists are studying the red planet, the kind of valuable information being collected, and what that information tells us about our own planet. To register for this free program, go to fcps.edu/fairfaxnetwork/index.html. With me in the studio is Michelle Tomaszewski. She is Executive Director of the Literacy Partnership. Welcome to School Talk, Michelle.
Thanks for having me back.
Well, you're quite welcome to be back, and I'm all excited to talk about a big event you've got coming up. But first, I think it would be good to just let people know what the Literacy Partnership is involved in. What kind of activities does the partnership promote and support and do?
The Literacy Partnership is a fairly small organization. We partner with other organizations in order to help bring more literacy programming into the schools and community areas. So we do book collections. We've worked on projects in promoting different cities and localities to students. And our big program is Reading is Fundamental. So it's very important to us. We're in 16 schools.
That's amazing.
Over 6,000 children a year, and we have almost 300 volunteers that go out and read with the children, distribute books, and many of them adopt classrooms and work with the teachers.
That's just great. Also known as the RIF program. Can you explain a little bit how it operates?
Well, the RIF program is a 75-year-old program. It was the first nonprofit actually established by federal legislation.
Oh.
And the government would help supplement local programming in areas where students either may not have readily accessible libraries because of transportation issues, or where they don't have access to affordable books for their own home libraries. So we give out books to these students 3 times a year, and for many of them it's the beginning of their collection.
Sure, sure. And I know the program has grown over the years. You're in 16 elementary schools. You started with just a handful, didn't you?
8 years ago, 2 schools.
8 years ago, 2 schools.
So it's grown over the years. Unfortunately, this year we were only able to add 1 school because the federal government cut all of the RIF funding for the whole country. So
seems like such a shame for a very successful program.
It is,
that's
especially
been going
when
for a long time.
it's about $3 per child for the whole school year for us to do this. So I think it is unfortunate, but we're doing our best to keep things going, be very fiscally responsible, which we've always been, and pool our resources with other organizations.
Now, you mentioned that volunteers go when you do these book distributions at the schools. Where do the volunteers come from?
Well, we have a partnership with the Rotary Club of Norfolk, and they do a lot of the building of volunteer teams. They'll have the Virginian Pilot has a school that they do their volunteering at. Other organizations have volunteer groups, and we also have 3 schools that we get volunteers for, and we help Rotary with we have sort of an emergency volunteer group, so whenever we need someone on the fly, we can send out the call and get people over to the schools.
Well, that's a wonderful community activity for the Rotary to be involved in.
It is.
Yeah. Now, you've got an event, which is actually a fundraising event to help support some of the purchasing of books for those children. But it's a fun event for adults. So we do have school teams, I know, as part of this. But tell us all about the big event coming up February 24th.
This is our 6th year, our 2nd year holding it in the WHRO facility, which we're so grateful for because we have so much more space. It is the Scrabble for Literacy tournament. We have an afternoon event for school teams. School teams are sponsored by local civic groups such as the Ward's Corner Lions Club, the Norfolk Optimist Club, and the Virginian Pilot.
So the school teams do not have to pay?
School teams do not have to pay, but we do take sponsorships. It's $50 per team of 3 children, and we have prizes, and we always give out, biker bags and goodies for them. So, but they have such a great time, and it's one of the few activities I think that students get involved in the region where they come in and they really get to converse with and meet students from all over the region. They'll come in from Suffolk and Newport News and Norfolk and Chesapeake and Virginia Beach. So the kids come in and they're like, wow, you're from Virginia Beach, you know, because a lot of them don't get to meet children from all over the region. So
they're more isolated in their own cities.
Yeah.
So this is a nice cross-promotional event that way. Yeah. Yeah,
and they find out they're all alike.
Exactly. So you have in the afternoon you have the school teams. They start at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. And so what are the rules? What do they do?
Well, the student teams are grades 5 through 12 because we separate them by sort of 3 categories of, you know, challenge. And they come in and they play teams from other cities, and we switch them around according to their rankings. And they eat, and you know, they have a good time. I think a big part of it is before they come, a lot of the teachers hold sort of like break time or before or after school practice sessions, and they really get to learn. Scrabble's a very strategic game, so it teaches math, it enhances vocabulary, it teaches statistics, because you have to know statistically what's the likelihood that this would be a word. So you know, it's really interesting to see how they study and how they come out. And last year our winner had been with us for 4 years, and he was our top winner last year. So.
Right. So I wonder, will he be back playing in the adult?
He
won't be. He won't be.
He had a team of 3, which it's 3 people per team, but his teammates graduated the year before. They were seniors. So he decided to play on his own, and
still won.
And he said they left, and I won. So, I guess he was the brains behind the operation.
That's good. Well, the students in the afternoon and adult teams can also be part of the afternoon.
Yes, the adult teams, we encourage teachers to bring, you know, a few groups of students, and then the teachers make a team, and we have adults who come in and play. We have a group from Inside Business that comes, and a group from WHRO that plays, and they just have fun, and they get to play the high school teams that rank higher, so it adds a little bit more of a challenge for those kids.
Yeah, toward the end of it. And then the evening event is really the big fundraiser. It's the fun, right?
It's a fundraiser, but that's the fun event.
Right. And the teams, is it $150?
It's $125 for a team of 3.
For a team of 3.
And that covers our prizes. And again, we have giveaways, and we do a dinner. It's like a full, you know, buffet dinner type thing. And so the adults come in. We have teams that have been playing with us from day 1, and they just enjoy the challenge. We're also very fortunate that Barnes & Noble sponsors us. So the location at MacArthur Center has practice sessions, and our adult teams come and practice with each other before the big event. And those are on, the next one's on February 5th, Sunday, from 2 to 5. And the other one is on February 19th from 2 to 5. And then our event is on February 24th.
And so if anybody is interested, all they need to do is go to your website. And that's www.literacypartnership.org. And all the forms are on there. All the information's on there. It's a great event. It's for literacy, and it's fun. And you can feel like you're coming to an event, having a lot of fun. You can be competitive. And then the bottom line is you're actually really doing something good for the children of the community.
Yeah, because without this fundraiser, we couldn't support all the schools we do.
Okay, great. Well, we look forward to Scrabble for Literacy.
Great. Thank you, Angie.
Thanks, Michelle. The 2012 WHRO Young Storytellers Competition, also known as the PBS Kids Go Writers Contest, is in full swing. To encourage you to have your students enter the contest, here's our first place 3rd grade winner, Larchmont Elementary student Jonathan Kruger, from last year's competition, reading his story, The Day the Sun Slept In.
One night, the sun had a sleepover with the moon and stars, and they played all night. The next day, the sun slept in. He was too tired to rise and shine. The moon and stars looked for him everywhere, but he was nowhere to be found. The moon was getting tired. He needed to set, for tomorrow he would rise and become a full moon. Mr. Owl would not stop hooting because the sun did not wake up. He was getting very tired and sleepy and needed to rest his hoot. The tulips did not open for the bumblebees because the sun did not shine. The bumblebees tried to get in the tulips time and time again, but the tulips would not budge. The bumblebees were confused because the clock on their hive said it was time to pollinate the tulips. Jimmy and Betty went to play outside with their new water guns. They quickly realized that they were shooting ice cubes because the sun had not woken up and risen, for it was very cold outside. The moon and stars realized that they need to wake up their friend the sun so that he would rise and shine. So on the count of 3, they all shouted, "Wake up, sun!" The sun woke with a start. He quickly rose and shined, and all was right with the world. The end.
Jonathan went on to win first place in our statewide Writers Contest competition last year. Your students can be in the winner's circle this year. The competition is open to all students in grades K through 5 and covers elementary writing SOLs. Go to whro.org/writerscontest for entry rules and guidelines. And be sure to get your students' stories to WHRO by Friday, March 30th at 5 p.m. Now it's time to recognize our Schools of the Month. Second graders at Bethel Elementary School in Gloucester County are using educational technology to take their classroom projects to the next level. The students are using VoiceThread, which is a web-based digital storytelling application. They showcase their original stories and artwork. Each student has the opportunity to record his or her own story in their own words, and the complete project can be viewed or shared with anyone in the world. For making technology fun and accessible for even the youngest students, we honor Bethel, our elementary school of the month. Northside Middle School in Norfolk received a surprise visit from the Norfolk Education Foundation's Prize Patrol. Northside math teacher Nikki Harris won one of the foundation's Seeds for Success grants. These are awarded to teachers who submit the most innovative ideas for new programs. Harris will use the funds to give all students access to a Springboard program, which will support building math SOL skills. For providing the resources to achieve excellence, we congratulate Northside, our middle school of the month. The band at Smithville High School in Isle of Wight County recently got the chance to jam with Joseph Wooten of the Steve Miller Band. Wooten, who is a 3-time Grammy-nominated keyboardist, writer, arranger, and producer, spoke with the Smithville students about the importance of excellence and building good relationships. The students then got to perform under Wooten's instruction and show off their talents. For motivating and inspiring students through music, we applaud Smithville, our high school of the month. At Virginia Beach Friends School in Virginia Beach, early and lower school students had the opportunity to have lunch with local author Sheila Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick read her famous children's book, Anastasia's Reign, in which lovable Anastasia Pickering listens to her little fairy Patience and learns how to turn rain into rainbows. Students got to ask Ms. Kilpatrick questions and discuss how to write a book of their own someday. For bringing in role models from the local community and encouraging the fulfillment of each student's potential, we salute Virginia Beach Friends School, our independent school of the month.
It is thrilling to be here today and to see all of you guys out here focus on video gaming. I want to thank First One Economy, the YMCA, the City of Norfolk, the Norfolk Public Libraries, community builders, and of course, NSU. Isn't this a wonderful facility? Let's give a big round of applause to Norfolk State.
This event is our Community Tech Fest and STEM Video Game Challenge. We're delighted to host the event. We've been working with WHRO and One Economy to bring some additional educational activities to our community, especially emphasizing technology.
Well, One Economy is a global nonprofit. We work to bring innovative technology solutions to communities. We focus on broadband adoption and digital literacy, domestically as well as around the globe. And I work there as a director of community impact, and part of what I do is to make sure that communities are actively adopting broadband, being interested in technology, and really using products and services that can improve lives and improve communities.
We think it's a very worthwhile initiative. We're getting kids involved, parents involved, so that they will be prepared to compete in the global community.
Well, this is really exciting. It's bringing kids together who are excited about the development of video games. And, as I was talking to the kids, you see so many events where they want to do sports or they want to go sing and be a musician, but to have over 200 kids who are here about developing video games, something they can make a real career out of, is very exciting.
It was really a perfect fit in that, WHRO was pursuing this grant to help support with the STEM Video Game Challenge. Norfolk State University has been a leader in STEM for some time, and so both Norfolk State and WHRO are part of our advisory board. And so we were able to collaborate to make sure that middle school and high school and college students and educators had the opportunity to create their own video game, enter into this national contest. And really, gaming is so important now. It enhances learning. It gives you an opportunity, as we know, in our homes and in industry now. It's so important. So it was just a great opportunity to expose people of all ages to STEM, to video gaming, and put Hampton Roads and Norfolk on the map.
We have training sessions for making video games, having children develop video games, middle school, high school, collegiate students, video games, and also educators. We have sessions on tutoring. We have PBS Kids workshops. We're showing students and their parents internet activities. We're giving demos of our clean room. Many activities. Just a wonderful day.
Students are learning about how to develop video games, the steps that it takes involved in developing successful video games. And then hopefully they're going to take what they learned today, design their own video game, and then hopefully enter that in the National STEM Video Game Challenge.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is very core to really the success of any student and what we need more of in America. So if we can help move students towards doing better in STEM subjects, well, it's better for the whole nation.
STEM education is important because it incorporates the academic world with the technology world, and they've been doing that in reality for years. Well, now we are just picking up on that at the education level. And to start it at the middle school, then we at the high school can take those students with their prior knowledge and just expand on it and have partnerships with companies and corporations such as NASA and Jefferson Lab.
Technology is part of everything, all right? The academics, you need the academics. You've got to have a college degree today to get ahead in the world today. But on the other hand, you need to know how things work, how the technology integrates with if you're an engineer, you need to know how to simulate a new model, an aircraft or something. Instead of building a model and going to NASA and putting it in the wind tunnel, the first step you want to do is be able to take that model, design it in something like Inventor, put it into a gaming or a simulating program, test the features. Once you take the bugs out that way, then you can take and have them build a prototype, put it into a wind tunnel, and test it. So that all ties in. It's the STEM aspect, the science, the technology, engineering, and the math.
The turnout has been amazing. I haven't been able to get the count yet, but I think we must have had at least 150 plus students register. We've had parents come out. Just talking to the folks about the food, so I know we prepared for 300, and they just ran out, so we know we had at least 300 people that have come through, and so it's just been a great day.
So first, I'm just going to give you an outline of what I plan to do. I'm going to discuss briefly what gaming and game design means.
Well, I'm teaching the collegiate and the teacher sessions where I'm teaching them to learn a game engine called Codoo, developed by Microsoft. So to learn how to develop games using that game engine.
I actually came because I'm interested in the programs they have here, and I'm going to school for computer engineering, and I also want to do my minor in art. I also want to do computer engineering and art. So, and I want to make my own cartoons one day. So That's my goal.
Today I'm here to help volunteer, just to give back and have other students, say you can like science and technology is not as boring as people may think. It is not also as hard as people may think.
I'm going to be teaching Scratch, helping my teacher teach Scratch to all the little kids that want to come in and learn more about, what they could do in the various fields in computer, technology, science, and math. So.
I'm a big video game guy, so when I heard about the video game creating, I had to come. I thought it was awesome. We learned how to make the video games, how to, control them, stuff like that. How they do it. I mean, I was thinking about it, I was like, it's just a couple animations. It takes a lot of work, trying to push the buttons to get it to go that way. It's a lot of work, and I learned something.
Last year, we also had the STEM competition, and there were 12 winners throughout the different categories. So what I'm
Well, imagine being a middle school child and saying, I'm not seven foot tall, I can't be a basketball player, and I'm not a good rapper, but what am I going to do? And all of a sudden you say, I love video games, and I can make video games? Well, that's cool. I better stay in school so I can figure out how to do this for a living, because it'd be so much fun to be able to create a game and make money doing that. So I better stick around and learn how to do this and stay in school. So if this helps move some kids towards staying in school, we're excited to be a part of it.
We hope you enjoyed seeing this great training event held recently at NSU and learning about the National STEM Video Game Challenge. For rules and information about how to submit entries, visit stemchallenge.org. Find resources on how to create games for young children at pbskids.org/STEMchallenge. Well, that's all for now. This program and all the links we talk about are available on our website. See you next time on School Talk.